Today we're going to talk all about the 7 most expensive neighborhoods in Philadelphia. Hey everybody, I'm Gregory, your local real estate expert here and your local information expert here in Philadelphia and living in Philadelphia, in the city and out of the city, in the suburbs, in Jersey too. We got you covered. If you like this content, hit us up by clicking subscribe, click that like button. Don't forget to click that bell notification. And please, you can give us a call, email, text us anytime. We get a ton of calls all the time for people moving to the area and we're happy to help. Today's video is going to be all about the 7 most expensive neighborhoods in Philadelphia, so let's get to it. All right, we got a list of the 7 most expensive neighborhoods. Now, what did we base that on? We base it on the cost of living, the income to home value ratio, also the rent to income ratio, and we've got our data on the internet, so you know it must be reliable. But no, seriously, we took data from the Census Bureau. We also took data from the Department of Labor, so we could give some math behind our madness, if you will. But the top 7 most expensive neighborhoods, coming in at number 7, we got FISHTOWN. Now, FISHTOWN has about 18,000 people living in it. The cost of living is about 11% higher versus the rest of the city, and is about 13% higher versus other comparable sections of other cities, major metropolitans across the United States. There is a higher tax amount, not necessarily in FISHTOWN, but in Philadelphia in general. It is 8% sales tax, but you do get what you pay for. We've got an average housing median price point of about $260,000. We can get you some phenomenal spots in that price point. And if you went a little higher or went a little lower, there's tons of great real estate to choose from. Now that's about 24% higher than the national average price point of median real estate, if you will. But for $260,000 and get you in FISHTOWN, walkable and fun, absolutely worth every penny. You got a solid B on crime here in FISHTOWN. It's one of the most unique neighborhoods. It's got a cool blend of fun things to do and walkable area, place to go out and eat and go out and drink and go out and have a good time. You could live and work in FISHTOWN and still have a really decent cost of living. All right, coming in at number 6, we got Bella Vista. Now, Bella Vista is part of South Philadelphia, if you will. We did a cool video on Bella Vista, so you got to check that out. It is one of the top most expensive neighborhoods, according to data that we found on the internet. But seriously, though, it's really not that bad as far as cost of living goes. Kind of close to Center City as well. You're close enough. It is about 15% higher cost of living than compared to the rest of the city. But the crime rate is about 43% less crimes in Bella Vista when compared to the rest of the city. So Bella Vista always seems to hit the top 5 neighborhoods to live. I mean, if you start Googling things or asking around, I mean, Bella Vista always comes to the top as far as the top 5 or even top 10, definitely, neighborhoods to live in Philadelphia. But it is one of the most expensive neighborhoods as well. Super walkable, super convenient, super close to the Italian market. Got beautiful homes in Bella Vista, and it has a beautiful view, which literally Bella Vista means. Anyway, the next one on our list, coming in at number 5, we got the SCHUYLKILL Southwest neighborhood. University City, if you will, very close to UPenn and not so far from Drexel. There are about 13,000 people living in this section of our city. Cost of living is about 22% higher when compared to the rest of the city. So that means the beer you can buy in, let's say, Eastwick, or let's say beverage you can buy in Eastwick for $6 might cost you around $8 or $9 in this part. So again, you get what you pay for, but you could walk to several different establishments that sell beverages much easier in this part of the city than, let's say, not to pick on Eastwick or some of those sections where are further out or closer to the counties. Got an average price point of homes of only $300,000, which is 50% higher than the national average of houses, but for $300,000, absolutely can get you a sweet place in University City and really a ton of great spots. University City is always bustling with a ton of different students. There's a bunch of families living there, and then a bunch of young professionals and older professionals and elder professionals. The Hospital of University of Penn is also centrally located in this great neighborhood, which takes us to our next neighborhood. Number 4, we got FAIRMOUT and Spring Garden. Check out our video on FAIRMOUT section of Philadelphia. About 23,000 people living in this section of the city, and it has 75% less of a chance of having you be a victim of crime in this area. What's another way to say that? So it has about 25% less crime than the rest of the city. So Spring Garden, FAIRMOUT is always in the top 10 for walkable and for bikeable. Average price point just over $300,000. There's a ton of opportunity over and above that, and just under $300,000, which can get you a really great bang for your buck for real estate. There's a few concert halls in this area, but there was always a walkable place to go and eat and maybe hang out. Got to take a stroll down Fairmount Avenue. Different shops and different venues to check out there. Decent, but one of the more expensive sections of the city. But again, in the grand scheme of things, you get a lot for what you're spending there. All right, top three most expensive places in Philadelphia. Coming in at number 3, we've got Riverfront or Old City. So we'll call it Old City. That's sort of how it's more commonly referred to. Although the Riverfront section would maybe kind of give you a hint that we're close to the river. Is that the Delaware River? Yeah, I think so. Well, you have to look it up. Now you can call us and ask us. But Old City makes our list of the top most expensive neighborhoods to live in Philadelphia. Now you're about a third higher for cost of living in Old City, but the average price point of homes is only around $300,000. Now certainly there's some beautiful places for maybe double, even triple that in Old City. We can get you a really nice spot in that $500,000 price point. So Old City is at the very center of the thriving part of the city. There's a ton of museums there. It's the oldest part of the city, hence the name Old City. So there are a ton of tourists that come in, and parking is always usually an issue, but that's kind of always usually an issue pretty much anywhere throughout the city. But Old City is impeccable for its uniqueness, but also a lot of the cool, like eclectic spots in the city are in Old City. Great shopping, great for walkable, great for food, great for drink. Great for families, great for young professionals, great for old professionals, and great for in-the-middle professionals. All right, we got our top 2 now. Most expensive areas in the city to live. Coming in at number 2, Chestnut Hill. Got about 12,000 people living in Chestnut Hill. The average price point of houses is right in that $400,000 mark, which makes it double or 100% more than the national average in the United States. Certainly worth every penny though. Cost of living is about 30% higher than the rest of the city. So that same beverage we talked about minutes ago might cost in that $9 and $10 range, where yes, if you drove or jumped on public transportation or hitched a ride, you could find it for not quite half, but maybe around that $5 or $6. But hey, you get what you pay for sure. Chestnut Hill is so super popular. It's so diverse. There's a ton of people that come from all over the city just to go and hang out in Chestnut Hill. It's one of the most beautiful spots in the city. There's an arboretum there. There's a walkable cobblestone shopping district. You got all kinds of different houses there. Some of the houses are the same, but no house is really just like another. You've got some really cute twins. You've got some really cool architecture there. Chestnut Hill is a very eclectic and cool spot in the city for sure, but it's one of the most expensive based on serious mathematical data that we've used our calculator to double check. Solid B on the crime in Chestnut Hill. A lot of petty stuff. Not too much going on in Chestnut Hill as far as bad crime. All right, finally coming in at number 1, we got Center City. Now there are a few neighborhoods in Center City. There are a few sections to Center City, but we grouped it all together. And yes, it's the most expensive part of the city to live in. Those beverages we have been discussing at length will cost you probably $12 or $15, depending on where you go, versus, as we discussed before, you could get that at a different spot, somewhere maybe 20, 30 minutes away for $4 and $5 and $6. Center City is so cool, and what you give up for money in Center City, meaning you get what you pay for. So the convenience, the walkable, you could live and work and eat and have fun, go to a park, go to a museum, go to a concert, and never have to leave Center City. Cost of living is the highest in the city, more than 25% higher than the rest of our fair city. Got 125% higher average price point in Center City, coming in around that $350 to $450 range. There's a ton of great places. Oh, you got to check out our Center City video where we can get you a studio condo or even a 1-bedroom condo for around and under $200,000. Check out that Center City video. We'll put that link below. Center City is absolutely the most bustling, the most fun, but it's also the busiest part, and it never really sleeps, even on the weekends. Very, very busy, very, very touristy, but it makes it really cool. There's a couple of great dog parks in that area, but it is the most expensive part of Philadelphia, and really, I'm not surprised. You know, I hope you found this information interesting. If you had a question, hit that comment button and click the link there. Maybe shoot me a text, send me an email. While you're there, click that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you can be notified of all the great videos that we put out. We put a ton of epic content together about Philadelphia and living in Philadelphia and in the city and out of the city. Got you covered in Jersey, we got you covered in the suburbs. If there's something you want to hear about or something you want to know, let us know. We'll be glad to help. I'm Gregory Martyr, your local real estate expert. We're here to help and glad to do it. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out our channel. Check out our other great videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.